Haven't you ever wondered, how do platforms like Google Drive, Dropbox, iCloud Drive, and all of these cloud storage, how do they actually store your data or your information? Let's say, for instance, you register on a platform like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you will definitely get a recovery phrase. You now take this your recovery phrase and go ahead to store it on any of these platforms. Don't you ever wonder, where is this your information actually being stored? And in this particular place that this your information is being stored, don't you think the developers might actually be able to access it? Or let's say, for instance, you store some security sensitive details on this your drive, and tomorrow the government launches an investigation on you. Upon request, don't you think these platforms will be able to provide your information to them, or those data that you have stored on these platforms? Let's even look at the more common one. What if their database gets wiped off? It happened to me, for instance, in the place where I school. An event took place that led to the server crashing, and the database got wiped off. So a lot of school fees that the students paid, a lot of payments they make, their names, their data, and a lot of all these details got wiped off. And the school have to look for manual methods to collect the data again and then start building it here and there. What if something like that happens to Google, and then you store your seed phrase there, your seed phrase that contains millions of assets? Automatically, you have lost everything. With this, you realize that data is very, very important in our today's world, and how this data is being stored are evolving as the days goes by. For instance, during the olden times, you store your data on hard disk, floppy disk, hard drive, and all of this storage that you carry up and down. So when you want to view this information, you have to go from computer to computer, plugging in and here and there. This is one of the problems that cloud storage came to solve. So with cloud storage, you don't actually have to be carrying this disk up and down. Any country that you are, you could actually access your information easily. But as the time goes on, they keep developing issues, and with every issues that it develops, calls for a solution. That is why we have decentralized storage. When we talk of decentralized storage, it is a storage method that basically uses blockchain to store your information, your data, blah blah blah. We are going to be diving into that in this video. So if you haven't watched my previous videos on Web3, blockchain technology, decentralization, and a whole lot others, make sure you check the playlist that this video is attached to if you are watching from YouTube. So you can go and start with us, and then you come and join us here, where we now talk about decentralized storage. Decentralized storage is a storage system where your information or your data is stored across a network of computers, unlike in centralized exchange. For instance, like the previous example I gave you of my school that the database crashed, it is because all our informations were gathered and stored in that particular place. But when it comes to decentralized storage, it is not actually stored in a particular place. It is stored across a network of computers all over the world. And this network of computers just have a piece of the information. No single computer have the whole information. Each of them has it piece by piece. So anytime I want to access my information in this decentralized world, those computers will now have to come together and provide me that my information. And as you can see, it's even a more secure way, because hackers cannot go directly to hack your information. They will have to try to hack each of these computers one by one. Imagine trying to hack millions of computers around the world. You see how almost impossible that seems? That is what decentralized storage does for you, and a whole lot more. So with decentralized storage, your data is more resilient, secure, and private. You could even store your website's data using decentralized storage, and it is more secure. In fact, most of the times it is even cheaper to use. So just as we have a lot of platforms on the web 2 that stores your data for you, like the few ones that I mentioned earlier, which is Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, OneDrive, and all of this, we also have some platforms on the web 3 space that stores your data for you. So I'm going to mention some of them, and you can go and do your research and see how you can start making use of these platforms. The most popular one is IPFS, and it stands for Interplanetary File System, and it is a peer-to-peer method of storing or sharing your data. We have Filecoin, Arweave, Storj, and Sia. So you can go ahead and do some research on these platforms and see which one can be beneficial to you. And with that, we have come to the end of today's video on decentralized storage. If you have not been following this series where we talk about Web3, make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a new video like this. And using the link in the description box of this video, join my Telegram channel to stay in touch.